Creating and selling online courses in WordPress can be quite painful. You're dealing with bloated plugins, confusing dashboards, and payment headaches, but not anymore. I'm here for your rescue, and in this video, we'll be turning a completely blank WordPress website into a ready-to-roll online course website. So I guess let's get started with the video. First of all, I'm going to give you a preview of exactly the sort of site we're going to create, and there will be timestamps that you can skip to if needed as well. So let's get started, but before we do, drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I guess follow me on Twitter. Okay, so in this video, we're going to be turning a completely scratch WordPress website into this, a complete LMS online course selling platform. Here we've got our courses page. You can check out our courses. Users can come in, they can check out a course, they can purchase it, they can view the course right here, view the course details, curriculum, see what the course is all about, reviews regarding the course, how it is, FAQs if they want to, right? And I guess let me also just show you the checkout process here. So this is the checkout page. Let me just fake fill this real quick. Let me copy my email as well. We're going to be using PayPal here. If I'm going to enter a coupon that I just created a while back, summer 2026, apply it. There it is, $2.40 off. And we'll be using PayPal to check out. Proceed to PayPal. And now in here, users can simply complete their payment, which I'm gonna do. There it is. Let me just click on complete purchase. And there it is. Let's go back. And now here it says, thank you for your payment. Your transaction has been completed. Now I can simply go to the My Account page here. And here you can see this is the My Account page for the user. And here we can see our order has been completed. If I go over to the dashboard, this is what it's looking like. Our courses, there it is. If I click on Start Course now, then this is the Learn page for the users. They can come in. We've got a basic text lesson in here. I can mark this thing as complete. Towards the left, we have our navigation area from where I can check out all the different lessons, all the different sections in here. I can also collapse that area. I can also collapse this upper header area so that I can have a very distraction-free learning experience. If I am a student who really likes studying in the dark, then I've also got light dark mode here, dark light mode toggle. We've also got this completion slider in here that looks great. Notifications are all in here as well. Let's click on next. Let me show you the other lesson types in here. Okay, this right here is a video lesson, combines both videos as well as text in here. Mark this as complete. Let's go over. This right here is a video lesson too. Let's jump over to something else. So we've got an assignment here as well. We've got an assignment area. Students can watch this video and yeah, they can type their answers out in here. And if they want to, they can also upload an attachment. This right here is how they would go about submitting assignments. They can simply click on submit and let's move on. Now we should also have a quiz. Let me show you what the quiz looks like. And also don't worry about the videos. I just had random videos lying around in my computer that I used. For you, I'd assume you would use actual videos in here. Anyways, this right here is the quiz. Let's click on Start Quiz here. And this is what the quiz looks like. Explain the process of how you would go about generating a website using Claude. I generate it. Which among these is an LLM? Grok, obviously. Explain what's shown in the video. I see a guitar. Sort them in order, writing a prompt, publishing, and refining actually. We gotta write a prompt, refine, and then we publish. Claude, match the following, or ChatGPT, my bad, is from OpenAI, Claude, Anthropic, Grok, Elon Musk, Gemini, Google. Okay, cool. Llama 3 is a large language model. Apples are red, correct. And if I click on submit quiz, there it is. My total questions, 7, total attempts 1, 70 points, 40 points earned. And the rest of the questions, they have to be reviewed by your instructor. Anyways, let's click on complete quiz here. And that, my friends, is the user experience of this course. They can check out a lot of different things. They can check out their courses from in here. The My Account page, I'm coming back here because this is the most important area. Important point of contact with your users. This is where they'll come for any updates. They can view their profile details in here. They can edit it. We also have instructor feature. So you can have multiple different instructors in here who can create their own courses and they could apply for instructor role. Let's not go too much in detail there. Users can view their certificates in here as well. Let me show you what a certificate would look like. Why not? Okay, there it is. I have completed this course and right upon completion, it says download certificate. If I'd like to, I can also give a review here. Good. 4 stars. There it is now. I can either download my certificate right here, click on download, and it'll be downloaded. Let me open it up for you. There it is. It says Certificate of Achievement. Certificate is presented to Dora Erickson for Copywriting Basics course. And yes, this certificate is totally customizable as well. Anyways, let's go back to the My Account page here. Students can also view their assignments in here as well. Quiz attempts. We also have a gradebook feature. They can see their grade in here. Secured a C grade. Order history, subscriptions, calendar in case you've scheduled any events, and finally a logout option here. This right here is the user experience. Now I suppose let's dive into the admin experience. I'll give you a quick rundown as well. So this right here is the Masteriyo's dashboard area. Looks very clean. You've got all of your analytics here in the dashboard area. Looks pretty dope. You've got sales, enrollment, courses, everything that you'd like to see. All of it has its own set of information that you can review to see how well your course platform is doing. You can view all the recent reviews, popular courses, registered students, everything, right? So this is the dashboard area. Go within courses. You've got all of your courses in here. You've got course settings in here as well. This is from where you would control how all of your courses are shown in the front end and such stuff. Looks pretty good. You can edit your course from within here. Let's not go too in detail right now. Let's cover all the menus first. Orders area is from where you will check out all of your orders. If some order is having issues, you can come in here, you can check its status, you can verify with your payment processor. If something looks sketchy, you can change its order status as well. You can update the order. This is basically your subscription area. You don't have to rely on WooCommerce for any of your order handling. Everything is inbuilt. That is pretty awesome. You also have subscription support. You can create subscription courses as well. You would handle that from in here. I don't really have any subscriptions. Yeah, it will look much less similar as this. Withdrawals, let's not get in too much detail here, but basically you can have a multiple instructor website like I said before, and you can have revenue sharing. You can share revenue between instructors and the platform, and you see all of your withdrawals in here. Coupons, you can create coupons. You can choose where to apply all of these coupons. And finally, you've got the user area for your user management. These are all of the users that I have currently. If I click on edit on any one of these, I can view their details. I can update their details if needed. I can go back. This kind of works in a similar way as the WordPress users area, but obviously it's within Masteriyo. Groups, if you've created group courses, they would show up here. All of these tabs here, they may not be visible right after you install the plugins. Some of them require some features to be activated, like the ones that I just showed you, groups, coupons, etc. They all require their modules to be enabled. It is something that you can enable when you need it, and it doesn't have to be active all the time. You can simply come in here, you can toggle things on and off, and that is pretty neat. Anyways, quiz attempts, all the attempts made by your students, all the quizzes, you can view them in here just like so. You can see what answers they've filled out. Let me show you a different one that has more questions. So this one right here has more information, all the questions, what answer they gave. Yeah, you can check all that out. If something is wrong, for questions that require manual review, you can simply come in here, you can edit them, you can leave a note for students as well that will be viewed by them in the My Account page. You can do all that stuff. Assignments, you can review all the assignments that have been submitted by your users in here, or your students I should say. You can also assign points. Certificates, you can simply create certificates, you can assign them to courses, and your students upon completion of the course will be able to download the certificate. Awesome. Reviews, you can control all of your reviews in here. You can come in here, suppose there is any sort of typos, you can also edit them. Yeah, this is the reviews area. Question and answers, if students from within the course ask certain questions, they'll show up here and you can answer them. You can simply click on reply and you can simply reply to these questions. You can say, yes, apples are red, send it, and there it is. You have replied to a student's question. Gradebook feature, we can see grades of certain students. If you've got multiple different quizzes and assignments as well, then a cumulative of that will be shown here within the gradebook. You're basically grading students and their performance based on their quiz attempts as well as the assignments they submit, and you can give them certain grades. Anyways, now let's go within the settings area. This is from where you would control everything about your LMS or your course platform. We've got many different settings in here, all of which we will cover within this video. So I guess let's not go too in detail, but yeah, everything is labeled perfectly. Everything is categorized well, so you won't have a hard time finding certain settings in here. You can customize things however you'd want to. And also, very important, emails. Emails are sent to users as well as to you yourself, the admin, instructor, upon various different course actions in here, new orders. That you can see this one is sent to admin upon new order, new registration, instructor application, someone starts a course, quiz attempt, etc. Same for the students as well. Whenever a order has been completed, any sort of order action for all of them, an email is sent here. And yeah, you can customize, edit them however you want to. You can see this is the email, what it looks like. You can customize the header background, the logo from in here, the footer text, everything. Everything is fully customizable. For the account page, the My Account page, or just the account page that we saw here in the front end, you can tweak that as well. You can hide or show certain things. And yes, this is from where you would control everything about your website. Anyways, within courses here, if I click on any one of these, this right here is the course area. This is from where you will build your courses, right? All the course information goes here. There's the builder from where you can drag and drop things around, and you will actually be putting all of the course content in here within lessons, sections. You can choose different sorts of video lessons in here. Pretty cool. Settings here. This is the dedicated course settings or the individual course settings. Before, the settings that I showed you, this was the global settings. This kind of affects everything within the plugin, while this setting is dedicated just for this AI copywriting basics course. And yes, this is about how you would go navigating this plugin. And finally, the add-ons page. Just like I said before, it has a lot of goodies in here, a lot of features that are simply toggled off so that the UI is much less cluttered and you're only using what you actually need. You can come in here, you can toggle different things. You have all the doc links in here that you can visit in case you kind of don't understand something. They have an awesome documentation. You can check it all out. You can learn how to customize things, how to make it useful for your use case. And yeah, now that you've seen what the final product looks like in here, this is what it looks like. Looks pretty cool. Let's go about turning this into a reality. This is what we'll be creating. We'll be starting off with a completely blank WordPress website, and then we'll be designing, creating all of this. Let's get started. Okay, so now that you've seen what the end product looks like, let's go ahead and let's build one from scratch. So here I am within my WordPress dashboard. This is a completely fresh website. I've done nothing to it whatsoever. You can see it's completely fresh. So let's get started with our site here. Let's get started with our plugin installation. Let's get the Masteriyo LMS plugin. Go over to plugins, add plugin, and simply search for Masteriyo, Masteriyo. And you should see the plugin right here. Now this right here is the free version of the plugin. You can use it to create courses, sell courses. You can give out certificates. You can collect payments within Stripe, PayPal. You can get all the good stuff right here. And the free version does not handicap you in any way whatsoever. You can simply install it from right here and you can activate the plugin. But for this video, I'm going to be using the full version of the plugin, Masteriyo LMS Pro. But just know every single step is going to be the same. It's just a few different features that you get in the Pro version. And realistically, you don't even have to upgrade. So just letting you know. Here, what I'm doing is I'm installing the Pro version of the plugin. Simply click on install now if you're using the free version, and once you hit activate, so you'll now be redirected to the setup wizard. It's asking you for some basic info. I'm creating this site as. If there's anything that matches your profile, you can simply select on that. I'm going to select solo creator here, and what things you might need, like payments, certificates, sell to groups, revenue sharing, multiple courses. You can select these, and as per the information that you've selected here, it's going to be enabling some of these features for you to work with. So right now I like what's already selected here, payments, certificates, and multiple courses. So I'm just going to do that. Let's click on next here. And now after this, it's going to redirect you to the payment setup here. You can simply select the currency that you're going to be using within your site, US dollars, that's totally fine. You can select either offline payment, PayPal, and Stripe here. Now, for now, I'm not going to be enabling any of these. We'll be enabling these. We'll be setting all of these payment gateways up later on in the video. So right now, I'm simply going to skip it. Maybe I'll just enable offline payment, and let's do next here. If you're someone like me who doesn't have anything on your website, like my website is completely empty. If you want to, you can import a starter template so that you also get some pages that you can customize and you can work with. And if you already have a website and you don't really need new pages, etc., then you can simply click on no, skip starter templates. For me, I'm going to select and import one of these. So here you can see you've got many different templates here for both Elementor and Gutenberg, whichever one you like. You can simply import these, and once you import it, you can change the content however you'd want to, in whatever way you'd like to reflect your brand. You can do that. I really like this one. This one's pretty good too. Or actually, you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's import this one. I like the vibes on this one. Now that you've selected it, what you can also do is you can change the colors. Suppose I don't really like this green color. I can switch it to something else, something that's blue, or something even more green, a different shade of green, orange, yellow. I really like the initial one. I think this is totally fine. If you have a logo for your brand, then you can simply upload the logo right here. It'll be updated and it'll look pretty good. You've got your typography options in here as well. I really like this one. It's totally fine. Let's click on continue. This is the site that's going to be imported. This right here is an example of how our pages are going to look. Our single course page, whatever you'd want to select, whichever one you like, you can simply select that for the single course layout, as well as for your courses layout, which is for the courses page, which is this one right here. More in cards, overlay, or the regular simple design. You got both list and grid formats. For now, I'm just gonna keep things as it is. You can always change these later on, so let's not even worry about that. Here, it's asking for a confirmation because everything will be replaced, but in my case, my site is totally empty, so it's totally fine. I'm simply gonna click on start import here, and now my site is going to be imported. The exact content, everything that you saw is going to be imported here, and it should only take a couple of minutes. Okay, there it is. My import has been completed successfully. Let's go ahead, let's visit my site now. Let's see what it looks like. All right, and this right here is what my site looks like. Pretty clean. I can change this content however I'd want to. I've got complete control over everything. All of this is designed using blocks. So yeah, I can simply come in here. I can type things out. Maybe I want double S's here for experiences. The point being, I can do it, okay? But anyways, let's save this now. Let's just focus on the front end. So this right here is my front page, or my home page, so to speak, right? Looking pretty good. We've got an about page in here. Looks pretty clean as well. And here I've got my courses page. Courses page is basically where all of your courses will live. And this is what it looks like. And suppose if I were to click on any one of these pages or my courses, then it's going to take me here to the single course page. Looking pretty good as well. People can come in, they can view everything here. All right, looks pretty good. Now let's jump directly into course creation. You've already seen the front end part right before this, so let's not worry about that too much. Within Masteriyo, go over to courses, and from in here you can simply click on add new course. Now if you're using the premium version, it's going to ask you to enter your license key. You can simply click here, enter your license key to activate, and you're good to go. Anyways, here let's click on add new course. Now here I'm going to give my course a name, suppose something like AI copywriting basics. Now within my course description, I can simply paste in a description that would suit my course as well, and I can also use the proper formatting here, bullets, numberings. If I'd like that, then I can do so. This is totally fine. Now quick highlights for the course. Let me add that in real quick as well. There it is. Now I'll show you later on where this is going to be shown, but anyways, if you want to, you can categorize your courses here. You can also add new categories, but I'm not going to do that right now. If I want to, I can change the slug. I can say AI copywriting, and let's also give it a featured image. Let's go over to media library, and I'll simply select one random image that I might have. There it is. If you'd like to give a featured video, you can do that as well. I'm not going to. Anyways, let's go ahead, let's publish this course now, and now let's head over to our builder. This is where we're going to be building our course. Now within this course, I guess let's first start off with a new section. Let's name it generating content. Right, let's add one, and if you want to, you can make this thing a little bit more fancy, I suppose. Anyways, let's click on add content here, and you can either add a text lesson, video lesson, live stream lesson. If you want to do live streams, you can do that as well. We've got PDF lessons. If you simply want to put in your PDFs that you may have created before, then you can do so as well. Audio lesson, if you're someone who teaches music or someone who's got podcasts and you would like to upload snippets or something, you've got audio lessons as well. You've got quizzes, which we'll get to in a bit. I think there's going to be a dedicated section for quizzes. Let's not worry about that. You've also got Google Meet. So if you want to schedule meetings for your scheduled courses that run within a certain period of time, that is something you can do with this LMS as well. A very, very powerful plugin. Anyways, for now, let's keep things very simple. Let's go over to a text lesson. Text lesson, as the name suggests, it's very simple. You simply write out all of the lesson. So suppose this one is going to be which AI to use, right? That can be a content. And in here within the lesson description, I can simply give in my actual content. Like, not all tools are the same, ChatGPT, blah, blah, blah. Just basically this right here is my text-based content, right? This makes sense. I'm simply going to publish this lesson here, and there is that right there is your first lesson. If you click on preview here, the eye icon right next to your lesson, or you can simply preview right here from this button as well, you'll get to see your content in the front end. Looks pretty clean, I know. This is the learn page. Anyways, now let's go ahead, let's check out a few different content types as well. We've got a video lesson content type, which I assume is something a lot of you guys will be using. I mean, I think videos are awesome. You get to put your point across very well. Whatever course you're creating, video lessons I assume would be the most used. There it is. This is a video lesson. I'm simply going to name it framing your prompts. I don't even know what this means. Now within your video lessons, you don't just have to use videos. You can also use text as well as videos. For your videos, you can either self-host the videos somewhere else, like, Bunny CDN, or BunnyNet's video streaming platform, or if you've got any other sort of video streaming platform from where you stream videos, then you can use that. You can also use YouTube, but you got to be careful. YouTube videos are not exactly secure, because if people are a little bit techie and they find out the links, there can be some issues. You've got Vimeo, external URL. You can embed a video if you'd like to directly embed something here. And finally, you've also got a direct BunnyNet integration here. Anyways, for this video, I'm going to use YouTube because I think it's the simplest one to use, not the most secure. I'm going to say that again. And I guess this would be the perfect time to rickroll people. I'm going to use the rickroll video URL here from Rick Astley. And yeah, suppose I want to give timestamps, then I can do that as well. Suppose this part is the intro up to 21 seconds. I can simply add that. This part might be main content. Let's add that. Why not? And this is how it would show up here. It would say intro, main content. And suppose this one is going to be main content 2. This, I'm just going to name it outro because I can add that. And there it is. This right here, this is my timestamp. I can simply hover over it to see what sort of content I have. And this right here is a custom player for this plugin. So I'm going to show you that in just a second. But anyways, if you want to add subtitles for your video lessons, you can also add subtitles here, and a short lesson description. As I said before, you don't just have to use videos. You can use videos as well as text, and you can can put other things in here as well, images, etc. that you'd like. And let's go ahead, let's publish this lesson. Let's have a look at this lesson, shall we? Let's preview it, and there it is. Frame in your prompts. You've got your video in here, you've got a short description. Obviously you want to make things better here. All right, this is not exactly presentable right now. There's a few different settings that you can edit within your video lessons. If you click here on edit, because here you've got your settings for this video lesson. You've got enable video share, enable right click. Basically this right here is the builder layout everywhere throughout the plugin. Whatever course or whatever lesson you have, you build it here, and settings tied directly to that content will be towards your right in here. Now let's go back. Let's check out our next content type. I'm going to keep things very basic for now. PDF lesson, it's much less the same. Just like in video lesson, we uploaded our video. Here you would upload your PDF. And if you want to let users download their PDFs, then you can simply enable the enable PDF downloadable option here. Go back. Same thing with the audio lesson. Everything is the same. You just have to upload the audio instead of the video, like in the video lesson. And you've got a few different ways to choose the audio source. So that's about it. Let's go back, and now let's go over to perhaps the most interesting one here, quiz. Now I'm not going to go in too deep within quiz right now. Within this video, later on we'll have a dedicated section for quiz. But yeah, here you can give your quiz a name. Let's test out what you learned. If you want to add a description here, you can simply add a description. Let's click on next here. So here I can simply click on add new question. Within my quizzes, I've got various different question types: true or false, single choice, multiple choice, text answer, match the following, fill in the blanks. You'd basically click on one of these questions, it'll be added, and you can say apples are red. Question description, if you'd like to add it, you can add descriptions here. I'm going to show you what this looks like in just a bit. Don't worry about that. True or false? True is the correct answer. And the correct answer, you'd simply check mark it like so. And this is the correct answer, that means. And suppose you don't want true or false, you want something else, correct and incorrect, then you can add those. And if you want to add an answer explanation, then you can add that in as well. Apples are generally red in color. I can simply add that. Let's update this. And oh, actually, you can also give your question some points. So suppose I'm going to give it 10 points. Let's do so. Let's update the quiz, and let me show you what this looks like. So this right here is our learn page, the same area where we created our text lesson here, our video lesson, and now this right here is our quiz within module 1. So let's click on start quiz. Apples are red, question mark. Apples are fruits that grow on trees. This right here is the question description. Correct is the correct answer here. Let's click on that, and let's click on submit quiz, confirm. We only have one question here, so let's not worry about it too much. But if I click on view details here, and this right here was the question, and here if I click on view explanation, this right here is the answer explanation that we just added, and it says answer explanation, apples are generally red in color. Now this right here covers the builder area, kind of. We're going to revisit some of these topics here in a bit. You can basically add various sections in here. Suppose I want to add a module 2 with its own set of lessons, video lessons, quizzes, then I can do that. What makes a good content? Suppose this right here is my second module. I can simply add it. I can go about adding content in here. So this kind of sums up the builder area. Now let's go over to settings here. So for your courses, you've got 3 different options. One is you can set a free pricing option, so the course is accessible to everyone that visits your site. Or suppose you're like, maybe I don't want everyone viewing the site, at least I want them to be registered to my website. Then you can simply click on requires registration to access, and you can update it. And let me try to show it to you what it's going to look like in the front end. AI copywriting basics. Now it's going to say register, while before when it was free, it would simply say start, and you could start the course. Right now it says register. And finally, the third option you have here is paid. And also within paid, you can either have a one-time paid course, like suppose you want to release a course for $20 and you're running a sale for like $14, then you can give your course a sale price of $14, and it's going to show up with a slash in the front end. And this right here is just one time. So a user pays $20 once and they have full access to the course for a lifetime. Now the second option here is we've got a recurring option too. Suppose a user would have to pay $20 to access this course every month, and suppose you are creating a recurring course that kind of updates with new content, then yes, you've got this. And if you'd like to set an expiry on the recurring date as well, then you can set that. Anyways, I'm going to keep it at one time right now. Regular price $14 is going to be my sell price. Let's click on update here, and this right here is what it looks like in the front end. $20 is the base price and 14 is the sale price. Right now you've got other different settings in here. You've got a group pricing option in here. If you'd like to sell to a whole bunch of groups, then you would simply enable sell to groups option, and you would set up seats in here. Let's not worry about it right now. Let's keep things basic. So here within the general settings, you can select the instructor. Suppose you have a multi-instructor site, you've got multiple different instructors, then you can assign an instructor here. You can choose the difficulty level. Suppose I'm going to select beginner here, I can do so. Duration for this course, suppose it's going to be 20 hours or something, I can select that. Course badge, suppose I'm going to say new. Now we've got our access and our restriction settings in here. If you'd like to have a limit on the number of students, you can either set no limit, If you'd like to have limit, select limit here. And suppose I only want to enroll 100 students here, then you can do that. If you'd like to have a password protected course, then you can simply give it a password, secret123, and you can share this password within your community, within your group, so to speak, of students, and they can access this course. That is one way to access the course as well. And finally, allow course retake. This option allows students to restart the course after they're done completing it. If they want to reread the course, go through it again, then they can do so. Enable it or disable it, totally up to you. Restrict content during quiz. So now if you would like to make your quizzes a little bit more harder, so to speak, then you would enable this option. Basically what this does is students will have to remember the course and its content during the quiz. They won't be allowed to check the content. That's what's up. So you can simply enable it if you'd like to. If you're like, no, they can check out the content, they can simply turn it off, totally up to you. Now within schedule and access, you've got a few different settings in here, keeping things very basic. If you have a course that's coming soon, you're building up the hype, you're marketing it on socials, then you would simply click on, or you would simply toggle on this course coming soon button, and you'd select the enrollment date, and this is from the date the enrollment would open. People would be able to buy this course or enroll into it. Then you've got that, and here you've also got enrollment duration option. So if you enable it, you can select expires after 5 days from enrollment. So suppose you have a course and you would like to keep it kind of limited, kind of low key, and you would like to set a time limit. Like suppose I enrolled into the course today and I have to finish it within a week, and after a week I won't have access to the course. Then you've got that sort of setting in here as well. You can simply come in, you can select the number of days, and you'll be good to go. You've also got a cohort mode, which I'm not gonna go into much, but yeah, basically within cohort mode, if you enable this, you would have a certain enrollment period, when it opens, when it closes, and the duration of the course as well. So like suppose for 10 days I have my enrollment opens on XYZ, ends on XYZ. That's my enrollment period, and after that is when my course actually starts. It can be for like a month, 2 months, whatever I'd want to. If you want to have that sort of control over your courses, then you would enable this. I'm not going to go too much into this, else this would be a very long video than it already is. So now let's move over to our display settings in here. Curriculum visibility. If you'd like to show curriculum to everyone, you'd simply click on always visible, only to enrollers, then you would select this option. Reviews after completion basically means only people who have completed the course will be able to give a review. Then you would simply enable this. Welcome message to learners. If you'd like to enable this, you can. There's good things all over the plugin. You can check this out and you'd be good to go. Now content drip is another kind of a cool feature, so to speak. Suppose I've got 5 different lessons, and the first lesson unlocks on the first day. The second lesson only unlocks 2 days after it. Then I can have that sort of flow within my courses. I can drip the content. That's what content drip is. Now here you've got free and you've got sequential. Now you can go deeper into this by enabling the content drip add-on like it states here, which we'll get to later on in this video. It's going to be interesting as well, so stay tuned for that. And finally, you've got your certificate settings here, and we'll get to certificate builder in just a bit as well. For now, let's just update our course, and yes, let's I guess have a look as to what our course is looking like. These right here are the tags. This is a beginner friendly course, and this right here is our new tag that we just added. And yeah, you can see 20 hours is the duration here. We've got 3 different lessons in here, and 100 is the seat limit. And if I visit this course page, the single course page is going to look a little bit different as well. Available seats, when it was last updated, etc. You've got all that in here. Curriculum, reviews, things are much less the same, with a few different additions as we played around with the settings. Now let's play around with more settings by visiting the Masteriyo LMS plugins settings area. If I visit this area here, then you've got many different options. Most of these settings I think I kind of showed you in the preview section of this video. But yeah, for now, let's go ahead and let's set up our payments. Since now our course is a paid course, if I were to visit this on an incognito window, then you can see this is a paid course and people might start buying it, right? Suppose a user comes in, clicks on buy now, then we don't have our payment set up. So now let's go ahead with our payment setup process. All right, so now that we have our premium course ready, we need a way to receive the funds. So how do we do that? Well, there's a couple different ways to go about it. So first off, let's go here within settings, the global settings, and go within payments. And here you can see a few different payment methods. Offline payment, let's go over this first. In this video, I'll go ahead and I will show you how to set up standard PayPal, and I'll be leaving documentation links down below to which you can refer to set up the remaining payment processors. It's going to be a very similar method. Anyways, let's go over offline payment first. Suppose you're in a country where all these payment processors cannot be used, or maybe you don't want to receive payments from any of these platforms. You want to use something else, or maybe you're just sharing access to someone without taking a fee, or maybe you're just using using hard cash, then in that case, offline payment is something that you would use. Now, I guess let me show you how this thing would work. First off, you've got a title here. It simply says offline payment. Description, pay with offline payment. You can say something like transfer the money, or let's say funds to XYZ pay, and upload screenshot. Within instructions, I can simply say something like the payment will be verified within 6 to 12 hours and you have your course access. And there's also this toggle to enable wire transfer if you're using something like bank transfer where a person has to transfer the money to a bank. Then you can use this option as well. Just fill the information out and it would show up in the front end. For now, let's now go here. I'll show you a streamlined version of this. It's going to work the same way. But yeah, you can pair this with one of our checkout field settings, and that is upload attachment. So now let me show you how this would work. Ensure you've saved your settings as well. And now let me go over to the front end. So suppose I'm a user showing you this from the user's perspective. I see the course, I like it, I want to buy it. I'll simply click on buy now. I'll fill out my name, my email, and here I have an upload attachment field. Here you can see it simply says offline payment, transfer the funds to XYZ pay, and upload a screenshot. So I'll simply come in here, I'll upload a screenshot of the payment. I've just uploaded a random screenshot that I had. I'm going to click on create user, click on confirm payment. There it is, my order has been received, and here it says the payment will be verified within 6 to 12 hours and you'll have your course access. And the same information you can also send via email. Right after the checkout, an email will be sent to the user, which we'll talk about in the email setup section of this video, but let's not worry about that right now. Let's go to the backend and let's see what happens. If I were to refresh my admin area here, you can see I have a new order. If I click on it, it simply says Sid purchase something, and the status of this purchase is on hold. So if I click on it, maybe I can check the attachment. I can simply click on it to download the file, or I can view it from right within. Payment method was offline. I can validate the payment on my end, and I can simply set it to completed, and I can update this order. Once this has been updated, guess what happens? Now the user should have access to the course, but I have made a blunder. It says an email has been sent to your inbox. Please confirm it before logging in. I'll show you this process in just a bit, but yeah, after the order has been verified, the user will now be able to start the course. Okay, so that's about it for offline payment. Now let's go over to our PayPal setup. Now remember, in the same way I'm setting up PayPal, you can set up other payment processors as well. And also when you're looking at these settings, don't worry. All you have to worry about here is your PayPal email, and whether you're using sandbox or live mode, whether you're testing your connection or you're actually using your real account, that's all you need to worry about. All the other settings, you don't really have to worry about them. Other settings are basically for people who know what they're doing, and yeah, you need not worry about it right now. Anyways, let's get started. So to set up PayPal, what you're going to do is you're going to go within developer.paypal.com. This is from where you're going to connect PayPal to your website so that you can collect payments, right? Now for me right now, I'm using the sandbox method where I'm going to just be testing my connection. I'm not actually connecting my real PayPal account. The sandbox feature basically gives you a test account that you can test with. You can check whether or not payments are coming through, and then you can switch this over to live and you can use your actual credentials. So whatever I'm doing right now, you can use your actual live credentials here. But yeah, since I'm using my sandbox account, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll enable sandbox so that this payment processor of ours understands that we're in test mode, right? So now I'm going to use one of my accounts here, my test accounts. I'm simply going to plop in my PayPal email. You can use your actual email here where you would want to receive your funds. Once you have this email in here, leave every setting as it is and go within payment actions and select capture. Now capture basically means that the payment arrives into your PayPal account right away. That's all. Now if you'd like custom invoice prefixing, like here it says Masteriyo, you can simply say something like course dash and whatever the invoice number is appended after this. Anyways, once you've done this, you can simply click on save settings and you're good to go. Now let's see what this is going to look like in the front end. Here I am back again from a new user's perspective. I'm trying to buy the course, and this time we're going to be using PayPal. So I'm going to fill out my name once again, and let's click on create user here, and this time let's select PayPal. Let's click on proceed to pay. Now in here it's going to ask me to fill out my PayPal details that I'm going to do real quick. For this one as well, I'm going to use my other test account that I have here. Simply put that thing in there. I'll also copy my password while I'm at it, and I'll paste it in. Log in. There it is. I'll go ahead and I'll click on complete purchase, and once my payment goes through, it's going to say your payment is complete, return to merchant, which is my site here, and it says thank you, your payment has been completed, blah blah blah. And now I should have access to the course. Let's go within courses here, and here it says an email has been sent to my inbox, so let's I guess check my email first. Okay, so here, since I am using my local instance, so this is the email that users would receive. It simply says, hi John, thank you for registering, please verify your email. If you don't want to have this verification method, then you can simply turn this off from settings, which page I'll show you in just a bit. But anyways, let's go back in here. I'm going to paste the verification link so that my account would be verified. There it is. My account is verified, and I have been redirected to the My Account page. Now you might have also realized that when setting up this account, I didn't really have to set up a password, and that is because initially what happens is if I were to check my emails once again, it'll simply say, hi, thank you for registering, and the user's username and password is sent to them via email. Again, if you want to change this and you would like to have users set their own password in the checkout page, then you can do so as well from within the settings. I'll show you that in just a bit. And we also have a handy reset your password link in here just to be safe. And also besides this, admin 2 receives an email that says, hi courses, Sid.ThemeIsle has just registered as student, and this is the email that is received by you, the admin. So yes, this is how the emails work alongside payment. So there it is. Now once the user has gone through the payment is complete. If you go here within your orders area, and if the payment shows up as completed, then this is your confirmation that the user has access to the course. They can simply come in here, they can click on stop course. Another way to do this would be from the My Account page. I'm gonna go over to My Account. Oh, my bad. It's actually just account, not my account. It's just account. If I go over to /account, then I can simply go within your courses and I can click on stock course. And there it is. I have my course access. Okay, so now quickly, let's go ahead. Let's refine this checkout process even more. I'll show you how you can set up different settings that you would want to have in your website. Let's go here within settings once again towards the payments area. Now, in the same way, just like I said before, you can set up Stripe, Molly, Lemon Squeezy, Razor Pay, etc. If you'd like to change your currency, if you didn't change it already within the setup wizard, you can change it from here. If you'd like to set up taxes, we've got that option as well. I'm not going to get into this right now. For now, let's go within checkout fields. So if you'd like to collect more information from your users like address, then you can simply enable these checkboxes. You'd like to get their country, postcode, state, town, city, etc., phone number, customer note, then you can simply enable all these. You can save your settings, and I guess let me show you what the checkout page looks like right now. So if I click on buy now, I should be able to see it. There it is. Company name, country, address line 12, phone number, and customer note, which is optional. And just like before, we have our upload attachment here. This is how you would go about customizing your checkout page. And if you remember correctly, during my last checkout process, what happened was the user actually got their username and password in their email. Now, if you'd like to make it so a user would have to log in before they purchase something, then you can simply go here within general registration, and you should see this option here called enable guest checkout. If you turn this off, then people now will have to have an account. Let me show you what that process looks like. Go here within courses. If I were to click on buy now, there it says I need to have an account. So I can simply now click on register as student, or I can log in if I already have an account. I can fill this out, and then I can go through the checkout process. Now, along the same train of thought, if you remember, the user had to also verify their account. If you do not want users to verify their account, then you can simply go over here within authentication and you can turn off email verification. So you got to be careful. A lot of people can spam your website. So, this is a good to have setting, but if you have a small closed group community website or something, then, you can turn this setting off. But anyways, that is about it for setting up our payment and the checkout process. Now, since we're on the topic of payments, I guess I'll go a step further and I'll also show you how to set up your subscription courses in here. Okay, now since we're in the topic of payments, I guess in the same way we did this for a one-time payment course, we could also do the same for subscription or recurring course. I'm going to save this course's pricing here as recurring, $20 every month. I can update this, and now if I open this site on an incognito window, go over to my courses page, then you can see here it says $14 every month, and it's the same checkout process. And now for this course, for the user to have access to the course, every single month $20 will be debited from their account and credited into your PayPal account or whichever payment processor you've set up. That is how it works. Now, for more things like coupons, etc., let me show you how to set that up as well. If you go here within add-ons, you can simply search for coupons. So a lot of settings are not directly given to you because then the UI would be very cluttered. So for additional features, always make sure you visit the add-ons page and you can enable these modules. You can see here, if I remove this, we've got a whole bunch of things that you can use. We'll be covering some of these in this video as well, so let's not worry about that. But yeah, you've got a lot of things, and some of these settings, they kind of enable themselves if you're playing around with the settings. So there's that as well. For coupons, let's go ahead, let's go within its settings. You can simply use the gear icon, and in here now you can add a new coupon. Let's click on it, and yeah, here I can give my coupon a description. Suppose I'm doing some sort of summer sale, then I can simply say summer sale 2026. Coupon code could be summer 2026. That is going to be my coupon code, right? And yeah, you can either create a code, or you can make the discount automatic so that whoever joins your site during this certain time, the discount will be automatically applied for them, or you can go down the code route, anything works. So here within discount, you can either choose a fixed cart discount or a percent cart discount. So if you just want $20 off, you would choose fixed cart discount. If you want 20% off the entire cart, then you would choose percent cart discount, and you say 20% off, then it's 20 here. And you could make it so the coupon only applies to certain categories and certain courses, all courses, specific courses, or specific categories. So if you remember, you could categorize your courses, and if you'd like to have your discounts apply category wide, then you could choose categories here as well. And you've got a few different other rules here, like combination rules, whether or not a certain coupon can be stacked with other coupon, usage limit per user. So if a user can only use it once, you would set 1 here, and usage limit per coupon. Suppose I only want 1 user to use it once, and the coupon in its entirety can only be used by 10 users, then I would do something like this. Now validity, when would I want it to start? Let's say from the start of May all the way to the end of June, for 2 months or something, then I can do this. And I can simply create this coupon. And once the coupon has been created, let me show you what that looks like as well. Okay, so once again here, I've enabled guest checkout. So if I click on buy now, I'll be redirected to the checkout page directly. And in here, you can see we now have a coupon area, and I can simply type in summer 2026. If I click on apply coupon, then you can see here that the coupon has been applied, $2.80 off my $14 total. And yeah, that is how it works. Okay, now let's talk about the first point of communication with your users, and that is going to be emails. That is how your website communicates with your users in your absence, and that is how you communicate with your website as well as to what things are happening within your website. And the way to configure emails is from within the email setting. If you go within settings here, then you should see the emails tab. You can simply click on it, and in here you can choose a lot of different settings about your emails. So now one thing about emails within WordPress that is something I have to talk about is SMTP. SMTP is something that you're gonna have to set up, and if you don't know what SMTP is, and if you don't know how to set that up, then I'll leave a video link down in the description below. SMTP basically is a way to verify that you are who you say you are. Like in here, I can simply set a from address. I can say something like sit.themegirl@yahoo.com is sending this email, but what's the actual validity that this thing is coming from, who I say it is coming from? That is why SMTP is needed. You're gonna have to set it up with the email that you intend to send out these emails from. So anyways, assuming you have your SMTP set up, and mind you, it's important you set it up because even without an SMTP setup, an email could reach, but it may not land properly within emails, and mail servers could block it, so your users may not receive the emails whatsoever. So that is something you have to look out for. Your emails might end up in spam, so highly recommended you set up an SMTP. Video link down in the description below. Anyways, here within from name, you can give a name from which you'd like to send out your emails from. I'm simply going to say info brand name. So whatever your brand name is, you could type that out, info brand name. And now if you've checked out our template, our email template, which is this right here, you can see we've got a logo here, we've got a banner image. If you'd like to change these, then this is where you would change it from. Recommended sizes are right here, so you can simply generate an image of the recommended dimensions, and those will show up properly there. You've got your footer text in here as well. You can put in whatever you'd want to. You can also use WordPress smart tags. So that's just letting you know. Now let's go into the actual emails that you would receive. You as an admin, you receive all these different emails. Whenever a new order arrives, you're going to receive this email. Hey, congrats, you made a sale. XYZ person, order number, date, name, billing, etc., etc. If you'd like to edit this, you can simply edit it. Who would you like to send it to? And by the way, if you'd like to send it to multiple people, then you can simply place a comma and you can type out other emails and it will be sent to them. And for all of these emails as well, you've got your from name, from address, reply to. If anyone replies to this email, where would you want to send that to? Yeah, you can change the subject, you can change the content. You can also add smart tags for dynamic data like the user info, order date, order ID, etc. that is tied to this certain event. You can simply render those dynamically here. You get emails whenever there is a new order, whenever there is a student's instructor application. This plugin also supports multiple instructors, so you can have instructors who can create their own courses, manage their own courses, and you can also split revenue between instructors and the platform. That is something you can do. You've got student registration if someone just registers. If you've got a free course and someone is registering to check out those courses, then you would receive this email. Instructor application whenever someone starts a course, whenever someone completes a course, whenever a quiz attempt is made, and whenever a withdraw request is made. And withdraw request basically means if you have an instructor who wants to withdraw some money, then this is the email that is sent to the admin. You can enable toggle on or off any of these emails whenever you'd want to. So these are the emails that is sent to the admin or to the platform. Now for instructors, we've got all these things here that is sent just for the instructors. You can view all these depending on whether or not you want a multi-instructor platform or the admin itself is the instructor, in which case the entire instructor concept does not even apply to you. But what does apply to you would be the students. So here for students, we've got a whole bunch of emails that is sent depending on the feature that we're using. Student registration, whenever someone registers, it simply says, thank you for registering at the site title. We're thrilled to have you on board. You can click on this account link to log in. This is the same one that I showed before, automatic registration. So if you've enabled guest checkout, then this is the email that is sent to them. Password reset link, username, and a generated password. You can edit this one however you'd want to as well. Here now we've got some order related emails as well. Course completion reminder. If a student applies for an instructor application, we have a notification email for that. Upon course completion, Q&A reply, manual enrollment, group joining, group published. These three are related to group courses, which we'll talk about that later on. But yeah, you've got those as well. And if you'd want to manually enroll someone into the course, then you can simply enroll them using the manual enrollment add-on. And yeah, this is the email that is sent to them if someone has been manually enrolled. So if you don't want someone to go through the hassle of the checkout process, then you would use the manual enrollment add-on, which you can simply find within add-ons here, and you can search for manual enrollment. There it is. Let's not go too much into it since we're talking about emails. The plugin also has a Q&A feature. So within our courses, we have a section here where students can come in, they can ask a question. Suppose I want to say, why are apples red? I really want to know why apples are red, right? I can simply ask this question, and whenever an instructor or a student replies to this answer here, then this email is going to be sent to the user or to the student as a reminder. And there's also a general to everyone email, password reset, and email verification. You can also change this to however you'd like. If you'd like to change the content, then you can do so. Same for email verification. And yes, that is about it for emails. Okay, so now let's go a little bit deeper back within courses. Let's go within our quizzes once again. Quizzes are going to be interesting because you've got a whole bunch of question types and there's many things you can do. So let's go a little bit deeper within quizzes. So back here within my builder area for the AI copywriting basics course, what I'll do here is I'll populate this thing a little bit. Okay, I'll go ahead, I'll add a few different sections and a few different lessons here real quick. Okay, so there it is. I've added a few different modules in here. I've added module 2 and module 3 just so it looks a little bit more like a course, still not complete, but yeah, here it is. Now let's go ahead, let's do one thing. Let's drag and drop this quiz that we created before into the third module here. And what I'll do is I'll edit this, and in here, let's go within our questions area. Apples are red. This was the first question, right? This one is a true or false question, if I'm not wrong. Yes, it is a true or false question. Let's do one thing. Let's give this thing 10 points. And let's go ahead, let's add a few more question types. Let's add a single choice here, which among this is a LLM. And maybe it should be an LLM. Grok, let's say Troc, and let's say Rock. Okay, so among these, obviously the correct answer here is Grok, and Grok is XAI. Let's update this, and oh, actually let's give it some points as well. Let's give it 10 points too, because why not? Let's update it once again. Let's go ahead, let's add a new question here. Multiple choice is going to be the same except for a single choice. You can select multiple different ones here, so let's not worry about that. Let's add a text answer here. Let's ask a question that is kind of similar to the course I'm creating. Oh wait a second, it seems I made a mistake here. Which among these is a LLM? I need to place it here within the actual question. My question description can be empty, it's totally fine. Let's update it, and yeah, text answer. Explain the process of how you would go about generating a website copy using Claude AI. And within question description, I'm going to say give a brief description, and let's give a character length here of about 400 characters, because why not? And let's update it. Now this is something that a instructor or the admin themselves would have to verify, check the answer, and give them points, which we'll get to that in a bit. Now let's add a match the following question type, and within match the following question type, you got text to text matching, you got image to text, and image to image matching as well. Let's click on it. Text to text, image to text, and image to image. Let's just go with text to text for now. Let's keep things simple. Basically within text to image, you'd have a text that says apple, and you would have an image somewhere in the other row which would be an apple, and the user would have to make the connection. So that's what's up. Match the correct LLM companies. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? Text to text. Let's select Chat GPT here. Matches with OpenAI. Let's add another one here. Claude matches with Anthropic. Let's add Grok here. Let's just say Elon Musk. And let's also add Gemini with Google. Okay, there it is. Let me capitalize the G. Let's give this thing 10 points as well. I'm not sure if I gave the previous question some points. Let me check that out real quick. Nope, it seems I didn't. 10 points. Okay, update that. Let's add fill in the blanks. I'm going to leave the name as it is, fill in the blanks. Let's just say Llama 3 is a large hint model. So it is large language model, right? Go ahead, give this thing 10 points as well, update it. And it seems I had 2 eyes in there. Update. In just a sec, I'll show you what this looks like. Don't even worry about it. Let's add another one. Audio. Users would basically have to listen to an audio. Video is the same. And we've also got sortable. Audio and video, they're kind of the same. So I'm going to go with video here. So plain what is shown in the video, right? You can have a video, something that is, you know, related to your course, and a user could look at the video and write an answer explanation here. Let's add this placeholder video that we have of a guitar being played. Answer explanation, I don't think it's really needed here, but yeah, you know, you can give an answer explanation here and simply update it. And oops, it seems I again forgot points. It's 10 points for this one as well. Okay, let's update it. Also add a sortable question type in here. Sort them in order. Let's say the first item is writing a prompt, finding and verifying AI content. Finally, the third one could be publishing the content. Because why not? Okay, so we've got 3 here. Obviously, these go serially: writing a prompt, or finding and verifying AI content, and finally publishing the content. If I'd like to add more, I can simply add more. For now, that is about all my brain can muster, so I'm going to leave it at that. And yeah, if I'd like to have an answer explanation here, then I would have that. For this one as well, let's give it 10 points. 10 points, update it. In total, 10 points each, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 points in total for this singular quiz. So let's go ahead within quiz settings now. We've got some settings in here. Full points is generally set at 100, but we've only got 7 questions that total to about 70 points. I could click on auto calculate and it says 61. It seems I kind of messed something up somewhere. I did not set a point for one of these. I wonder which one it is. It seems it was this one. Let's set it to 10 and let me just update it. Okay, there it is. Now it's back to 70. Past points, I can say 35. Why not? Duration 1 hour. Enable reveal mode. Basically what this thing does is it shows users the answer upon the submission, and after that they won't be allowed to take the quiz again. But still, if you'd like to give them a few attempts, you can. Generally not recommended though. So let's update it. Now we've also got display settings. If you'd like to set individually how many questions you'd like to show per page, you can set those from in here. Suppose I'd like to have all 7 of my questions right here, then I can do so. Randomized questions basically means in which order would I like to show my questions. So right now I've got fill in the blanks, or my bad, true or false in the first, single choice in the second, and whichever one this is in the third. I think it's answer question. If I'd like to randomize that, then I would simply enable this, and show result basically shows the result to the students upon submission. That's about it. Let's click on update quiz here. Now let's see whether or not I am a professional at AI copywriting. Okay, so let's go within courses, and I think let's make the course free for a second here because I am testing. Process is super simple. Go within courses. We've got pricing in here. Simply set this thing to free and you can update it. There it is. Now let's go within courses once again, refresh. I should be able to just start the course now. On start, which AI to use. I'm reading everything, blah blah blah. I can mark something as complete, go over to the next one. I'm reading more. I just got rickrolled. I basically rickrolled myself. Oh my god. Okay, next, anatomy of a high performing post. I suppose mark this as complete as well. Let's go over to the next one, mark this as complete. I've read everything, and now I'm at module number 3. And by the way, let's talk about the learning area a little bit. I can collapse things, make things darker. This is pretty cool, I know. Let's do next here. Let's mark this one as complete too. And let's test out what you learned. Let's start the quiz, shall we? Fill in the blank. Llama 3 is a large language model. Match the correct LLM companies. ChatGPT is OpenAI. Claude is Anthropic. Grok is Elon Musk. And let's get one of these wrong because I can. There it is. Give a brief description. I generate content and I happy. Yes, that is my answer for that one. Apples are red, correct. Sort them in order. Writing a prompt, refining and publishing. It's just correct, okay? Randomized, but it is correct. Let's not worry about that too much then. Which among these is an LLM? Grok is an LLM. And whatever is shown in the video, I see video with a guitar. There it is. Let's click on submit quiz, confirm. And there it is. You have reached the maximum limit to start the quiz. Let me go back to light mode. Total questions 7. I answered all 7 of them. Total attempts 1. Total points 70. I earned 30. And the result is pending because I got 2 questions that needs to be reviewed by an instructor. Okay. So if I click on view details, you can see here a few of them are pending. For pending ones, let's see what you can do. So back here within my admin dashboard, I am the admin or I am the instructor. Now I'd go within quiz attempts here and I will see this quiz attempt. Okay, let's see what it is all about. Oh, and by the way, ensure your students click on complete quiz. Okay, so there it is. I completed the quiz and it has shown me this. Basically, as soon as anyone finishes a course, it asks them for their experience. You can say nice, highly recommended. All right, I can type something like this. I mean, your students would type something like this. Click on submit, and that's your review here as well. But let's go back to quiz. I'll show you what this review looks like in just a bit. If I were to refresh the admin area here, then you can see this right here is my recent quiz attempt. I can simply view it, and upon viewing, I can see the answer. Correct. This one, I generate content, I happy. It says it needs a review. I can give him 10 points for this. Nice. Good job. Save it. And yeah, mark this as correct too. And yeah, you got this one incorrect, so let's not even worry about that. Fill in the blank. Actually, mark this as correct too. That is correct, okay? Give him 10 points for this as well. Nice. That's not how you type nice. Don't worry about it, okay? Anyways, for this one as well, let's give him 10 points. Or actually, sure, actually 10 points because it is, correct. Let's mark this as correct too. And there it is. The points have been updated. So now from the user's perspective or the student's perspective, if I were to go back, visit the My Account page, fresh the My Account page here, there it is. It says I've passed with 86%. If I open it up, I can see exactly what I answered. I can view the explanation for my answers. There it is. Grok is the LLM. And yeah, I can also see the notes that has been given to me by the instructor. It says good job, which is pretty dope. Same here as well. So this right here is how your quizzes would work. Pretty neat. All of your quiz related settings, you can find some of them globally within the quiz area here. Quiz access for guest users, default access, read only, disable access for guest users if you'd like to do so. There's that. Auto submission behavior, auto submit, auto abandon, grade calculation, first attempt, last attempt, highest grade. Grade calculation, it also ties up with our gradebook add-on, which we'll get to later on. I'll slightly touch on it. But here you've got your display settings that you can set as per your requirements, and you've also got your styling settings in here. Questions per page, that's the same setting that we had. You can either save this thing globally so that it applies to every single quiz, or you can go within courses, within the course that we just created. If we have a quiz in there, go within the builder area. This right here is my quiz. I can edit it, and there is settings for that individual quiz as well. Not in here, my bad. In here, quiz settings. Yes. Okay, so now that we've talked about quizzes, let's also talk about assignments. Assignments are something that you can give to your users, and it's right here. So let's go ahead, let's enable it. Available in the Pro version. Let's click on this gear icon. Assignments. I can create new assignments, and you don't create it here, by the way. You go within courses, AI copywriting basics. Let's go ahead, let's add a new assignment in here. Let's add a assignment within the second module. Assignment, you can see right here. Let's click on add. Your assignment name, generate your own AI content. If I'd like to add a video in here, I can do so. I'm going to add this placeholder video for now. Generate your own AI content on a topic that you find interesting and showcase it here. I will be marking them. Type in something like this, right? Total points 100, pass points 40, assignment duration. If I'd like to set it, I can set it. And maximum file upload size, suppose 10 MBs. I am very careful of my server health, then this is something I would do. Anyways, let's go ahead, let's publish this assignment. There it is. Assignment shows up nice and tidy there with this book icon. Let's go back to the user's perspective. Okay, so we need to play around with one setting here so that I can revisit this course, and that is to go here within settings, general, allow course retake, so that I can retake the course once again as the test user. And let me refresh it, and there it is. Now it says retake course. So I'm going to retake this course once again, and this time I should see my assignment. First off, I need to finish this module 1, module 2. Let's finish this as well. Okay, so here this is our assignment area, and now in here I can paste in my content. It could be anything. For now, let me just copy pasta something from, I have a nice neat looking text right there, so I'm just going to paste that in here. There it is. I can also upload some attachments if I'd like. I've attached a PNG here. Let's click on submit. Let's see if everything is good. Yep, let's click on submit. There it is. My assignment is yet to be reviewed, so right now it's currently as pending. Click on next here, and I think I can just pause right here. I'm pretty sure if I go back now within my assignments area, there it is, assignments, click on it, I will see this right here is the student's assignment submission. I'll simply open this up. Okay, so this right here is the answer that the student has submitted. I can simply review that. I can review the attached file here, and I can review the assignment. Let's give him a good fat 85 points in here, and I can say nice job, could be better though, and let's mark this as reviewed. Let's click on update here, and there it is, it has been updated. Now going back in here from the student's perspective, now within the accounts page, we have this your assignments area. If I simply click on it, there it is. This right here is my assignment. I have passed it. If I open it up, then it'll simply say, nice job, could be better though, as the instructor's note, and the student can also review whatever they've answered. So there it is. That's about it for assignments as well. You can have multiple different assignments. All of them would be viewed in here. Now let's talk about certificates as well. Certificates are going to be super important if you have an LMS website. So let's talk about them. Oh, and by the way, before we do that, let's worry about my name. This is not a good name. I'm going to give a name in here. I'm simply going to say something like Zamkai Master. Right, let's save it. And yeah, that thing should update. It looks much better now. I'm really sorry. Anyways, now let's talk about certificates. For your certificates, let's go within the add-ons area in here and make sure you've enabled certificate builder, which is available in the free version. Ooh, that's pretty neat. Anyways, let's click on the gear icon here and I can go about creating new certificates. Okay, so now once you're redirected here, you can simply click on add new certificate, and you can either choose from one of their pre-built templates, certificate sample 1, 2, 3, and if you know how to use blocks, then you can simply create one from scratch. You'd upload a background image in here. Let me try that actually. Let me just use this for now. And yeah, I can simply add blocks in here and I can generate something, but honestly, it's much easier if you just use some of their pre-built templates here that's already live. Let me trash this one. Let's add a new one. Whichever one you like, you can choose it. I think I like this one. Sure. It's very simple, clean looking. And there it is. Let's name it. I'm going to name it AI Copywriting Certificate. Okay. Certificate of Achievement. This certificate is proudly presented to the student name. This will be rendered dynamically. So suppose the student's name is John Doe. It'll simply render John Doe in here. And you can add a text in here as well. Actually, let's open this up in a bigger window and let's add a block. Let's also add the course title somewhere around there because I can. And let's also do one thing. Let's change its alignment here somewhere in the middle. It seems I gotta use a spacer, so I'm simply going to duplicate this one and I'm going to place it right on top. Let's lower it just like so. Probably present it to student name for completing the course, and we'll have our course name in here. Completion date is going to be rendered here dynamically as well, and you've got a signature area here. You can simply render a PNG and use the image block. Let's click on publish here, and now let's go back to the student's perspective once again, and let's complete this course. Right now I have not completed this course. Let's click on continue. And let's go about completing it. Okay, I need to finish the quiz once again. Correct. Okay, so there it is. I've simply filled it out for now. Let's click on submit quiz, confirm, and I can view my details, blah, blah, blah. I can simply click on complete quiz, and there it is. I've completed the quiz. I'm simply going to click on cancel now because I've reviewed this course already. Anyways, now that that is done, I can go over to the My Account page, or the My Account page, not the My Account page. I often get that wrong. Don't worry about it. Now, anyways, if I go here within certificates, and yeah, I don't have a certificate here, and the reason is because we have not assigned this certificate to the course. Let's do that real quick. My bad. Anyways, to assign this certificate to a course, let's go back within courses. Let's edit the course. Go within settings here. Go within certificate. Simply enable it and yeah, assign the certificate. If you want to send the certificate via mail, that is something you can do as well, and allows certificate sharing. Basically makes it easy for students to share it across the social media, etc, etc. Anyways, let's click on update, and now let's view it from the student's perspective. If I were to refresh this, there it is. I should have my certificate right here. I can preview it. It simply says Certificate of Achievement, proudly presented to Zamkai Master for completing the course AI Copywriting Basics, date, signature. There's obviously various different blocks you can use within the certificate builder. I only showed you a small portion of it. There's many different blocks you can use. Actually, let me just show it to you a little bit more because why not? If I click on plus here, you can see these are all the different blocks that you can use. Certificate verification code. So if you'd like to let users verify this certificate on your website, that is something you can do as well. You've got a QR code that can be scanned, and obviously there's other different Gutenberg blocks that you could use to build this certificate. Yeah, anyways, that's about it for certificates. Users can also download it from right here. It will simply be downloaded in a PDF format. Okay, so now that we've gone over a lot of the basic things and a lot of things that a lot of LMS owners would like to have in their LMS system, we've covered all that, but obviously that doesn't cover everything. There's still many things, and for all that, Masteriyo LMS is ready. We're gonna go over the add-ons now, and we're gonna check a few of the add-ons. There's a whole bunch of features in here, so I'm not gonna go too much in detail, but I'll show you what some of these can do, and rest you can figure it out yourself by checking out the documentation. There's obviously more videos and all that. So yeah, let's get started. So here are all the different add-ons or modules that you can enable, and these add additional functionality to your LMS platform or to your courses. So let's start off with something here called Course FAQ. So if I were to enable this, go over courses, and let's edit the course that we just created. Now go over settings, FAQ. I can enable FAQ. So FAQ, if you guys don't know what it means frequently asked questions. And suppose I'm going to ask a question here: is this course future proof? All right, and then I can say yes, it is. You can write more things, but I'm just keeping it very basic for now. Anyways, let me update this FAQ real quick. Let me update the course. And now if I were to preview this in the front end, then you can see here we have a FAQs tab, and we have FAQs. This is how you would use the FAQs section, or the FAQs module. Now, we also have a course bundle feature here. So if you would like to create a bundle of all the various different courses, then you can bundle them up and you can sell courses as bundles as well. That's an awesome feature that you can check out. Yes, the next one here, course preview, it's an awesome feature as well. If you'd like to give students a sneak peek of one or two of the lessons before they jump into and buy the course, then you can enable this module or this add-on as well. And by the way, for any of these add-ons or modules or anything, if you're ever confused, then there's always handy doc links right here that you can simply click on, and it will open up the Masteriyo's documentation website where everything is laid out very simply, and you can go about configuring the things based on the documentation. Anyways, course preview, let's see what this thing does. So back here within the same course in my builder area, suppose I'd like to have users have access to this lesson here even before they're signed in or enrolled into the course, then I can simply enable lesson preview for one of these lessons. I can update it, and suppose I'm going to open this on an incognito window once again as a fresh new user. I'm not logged in, I just see the course I am interested. Then right now, as a completely logged out user, I cannot see the curriculum tab, and I can also not preview the lesson that I just set as a demo preview. So to fix this, back here within our courses area, if we go ahead, if we edit the course, go within settings once again, we gotta ensure that our curriculum visibility is set to always visible. Update this, and now what's gonna happen is I'm back in the logged out user incognito window here. I can see the curriculum tab, and if I click on it, I can see which AI to use. I can preview it. So if I click on preview, there it is. I can check out this portion of the course, and everything else is locked out. I am not able to view them because I'm not enrolled within the course. You cannot access this content. You must be logged in and enrolled in the course. Click here and it basically takes people over to our checkout process. The first content, whatever it is that you've selected, will still be visible to them. Okay, now let's move on. We've got course attachments, download materials. If you'd like to have attachments globally for the course, and if you'd like to have attachments within each lesson, then yeah, these are what you would use. Very simple add-ons, so I'm not going to go too much in detail there. What I will go over right now would be content drip. Let's enable this. I think this is one of the most important features that LMS owners, once they start scaling, would be important for them. Again, for any of the features, documentation links will be right there. But anyways, now diving into content drip here, let me refresh this courses area real quick. Okay, so now diving into content drip, if we go here within settings, and if you see content drip here, so before content drip add-on was enabled, we only had free and sequential. Free basically meant, as a user, I could jump from lesson 1 to lesson 5 without really having to study through lesson 2, 3, 4, and that is what free is. Sequential basically means I have to complete complete lesson 1, and then lesson 2, and then lesson 3. And now, after enabling content drip add-on, we've got two different options here: date selection and X days from enrollment. So if I click on date selection here and update this, and I go back within my builder area, so this right here is my first lesson. I'm not going to do anything here, but for the second lesson, suppose I want this to be dripped on a certain date, then I can simply select a date. I suppose want this to be dripped on Monday, and this applies to everyone who has enrolled within the course. Everyone will be able to view this lesson only on Monday. So if I update it, what's going to happen is, let me do one thing real quick. Let me change this course back to free so that I can view it easily. There it is. Go within courses here, start the course. Now I can see the first one just fine, but you can see the second one here is locked. And if I click on it, it says lesson is not available yet. Available date is this. And now in the same way, you can go about dripping all the other content as well. Suppose I want this one to be enabled or to be viewable on Tuesday, then I'll simply select that. I'll update the lesson, and there it is. That's how content drip works. We also have this another X days from enrollment, which is only available if the course is either registration required or paid. So let me, I guess, show you that as well. X days from enrollment. So now if I've saved this, what's gonna happen is go back within my courses area here, go within builder. Suppose I want this lesson, or let's go back and let me just show you the first lesson here. Our first lesson is available to them on the day of the enrollment. So someone comes in, they purchase the course, they'll be able to see it. Now, suppose I only want them to jump to the next lesson after 2 days, then I'll simply come in here, drip days, I'll set it to 2, update it. This basically ensures a user would have to complete the first lesson and then only they can jump to the second one. That's how it works. Third one, suppose I want it to be shown to the user after 5 days of enrollment, updated. So what's going to happen now is first day they can see this, 2 days later they'll see this, and again 3 more days after that they're going to see this. So yeah, important thing when you're setting this up, this is still drip days as X days since enrollment. So yes, it is important that you remember that. Anyways, now let's go back, let's check out our gradebook add-on here. Gradebook is important as well. So I guess first of all, let me help you understand the concept of gradebooks. So within your courses you can have multiple different quizzes, and each quiz has its own grade, so to speak, right? You can see how much a student has scored. But now if you'd like to combine the stats of every single one of those quizzes into one in like a grade format that we have within schools, etc., in a grading way, like, you know, we've got A, B, C, you can set up all that. It's very simple here. Go within grade builder and we can add a new grade first. Suppose the first one is going to be A, right? This is the A grade, which is 100 points, suppose, right? Color, let's give this red because it's up there. Range is set to 0 to 30, or actually A should not be 0 to 30, it should be 80 to 100. There it is, updated. Suppose we've got grade B here that is 60 to 80. Simply fill that one in. So there it is. I've added a few different grades in here. A is 80 to 100, B is 60 to 80, C is 30 to 60, D is 0 to 30%. This is just random grades. You can have anything like A plus, A minus, B plus, B minus. You can set it up however you'd want to. So yes, there it is. Now that we've created our grades, the next thing would be to connect all of our quizzes to this grade builder or this gradebook. So how do we do that? Go within courses and AI copywriting basics. This is the course that we just created. Go within the builder area, and this right here is the quiz. Let's edit it. Go within quiz settings. Oh, and by the way, drip days, content drip also applies to quizzes. Anyways, now let's go within quiz settings here, and you've got quiz weight. So now quiz weight is something that's going to be a little bit in depth, so I'm not going to go too deep into this. But basically, if I have a quiz that has a quiz weight of 2, and if I have another quiz that has a quiz weight of 1, then within the gradebook, when a student completes both these quizzes, then during the grading process in the gradebook, the quiz which has 2 quiz weight, all right, the higher quiz weight carries more marks compared to the second one. And yeah, for this one, there is this documentation. It's a well-written documentation. You can see exactly how it works. You've got a weighted score, how it is calculated, etc., etc. There's an example here as well. Yeah, you can check it out. It's really awesome. You're not just creating quizzes at that point, you know, you're creating an actual learning system for students, and it is pretty cool. Okay, so as a student here, I'm going to be again doing the course. Let's mark everything as complete. Let's go through the first quiz here. Okay, there it is. I've completed the first quiz, complete quiz, and let's go over to next. This is our second quiz. This is just a random quiz that I wrote down. Blue is blue. True. Submit. that is it. That's the quiz. Anyways, there it is. I've completed both the quizzes here. Now let's go into the back end. And now for now, both these quizzes have a quiz weight of 1. I didn't want to go in too deep here. So yeah, if I go within gradebook now, so there it is. This right here is for the user, and also it's not just quizzes. Your gradebooks can also take into consideration assignments, and yeah, my course that I just created also had an assignment, so I can mark assignments here as well. For quizzes, let's go ahead, make sure the quizzes are not pending. I'll go ahead and I'll review them real quick. Quiz attempts. All right, so this is the one. I'm gonna give myself 10 points for this. Save it, mark this as correct. Same for this one as well. Let's give myself 10 points and mark this as correct. And this one, it says it's incorrect. What? Okay. Sure. There it is. Let's go ahead. Let's also check on my assignment. Make sure that thing is not pending. Give myself 10 points here as well. And say, nice job. Mark as reviewed. Update it. Okay, so now if I go back within my gradebook and if I refresh this, then, oh, it seems I missed one of the questions here. Let's give myself 10 here as well. Mark this as correct. And now if I were to refresh this, bam, there it is. So this right here is my gradebook. I got an A on the first quiz, second quiz, A as well. third assignment has a C. Totally cool. And you can see here my final grade is 80 by 100. That's a B. And yeah, 78.57. That's my final percentage. This is how gradebook works as well. And the formula that I talked about before, you can check it out on the documentation as well. Now let's go ahead. Let's talk about prerequisites, because why not? Prerequisites basically means that, before enrolling into a course, a student should have completed a different course prior to it. So yeah, let me show you how that works as well. So if I were to edit this course here, go within settings, prerequisites, I can add a prerequisite for this course. Suppose a student before learning our AI course has to finish the UI UX design basics course as well as the prototyping and wireframing course. I can simply update it. So, and now if I were to open this on an incognito window once again, now what's going to happen is if I go over to courses and if I click on register now, or actually I think I could just make this course free for a second. Just wait a sec. Okay, there it is. Now you should see it says stock course, but if I click on stock course, it'll basically say prerequisites, UI design basics and prototyping. I gotta finish these courses before I can start. So yes, I will not be allowed to start this course without finishing those courses. That's how prerequisites work. Now these are some of the core features, some of the important features that I think a lot of LMS users would be looking for. In the same way, we've got many different payment integrations here: Lemon Squeezy, Molly, Razorpay, Stripe. Setting these up, very simple. You can check out the docs. It's almost similar to how I set up PayPal here. In the same way, we've also got group courses. This is something I talked about a while back. Okay, now about groups, I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but basically if you'd like to sell your courses in bulk to an entire group of students, then this is what you would do. Now the groups feature in itself, it can get a little bit vast. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paraphrase this documentation that we already have and I'll help you understand. So instead of just selling one course to a singular student, now what you can do is you can offer different pricing options, like for a small team where you can sell a course to 4 to 5 people. Medium business, it can be something 10, 20 people, right? And an enterprise, which you can sell to a whole bunch of people, 20 plus. You can set all of these up. If you check out these screenshots here, then you should see you can enable groups, and then you can go within group pricing, enable sell to groups. Setting this up is very simple. I'll go within courses once again, copywriting basic, go within group pricing here and enable sell to groups. Once this has been enabled, you can choose a seat model. It can be fixed seats, so like just 10 people and that's it, or you can have variable seats. Like at minimum you gotta have 10 people, but at maximum you can have 15 people. You can set this sort of group pricing as well. You can give it a name, small team. Pricing model, does it have to be per seat or do you want to create tiers? So per seat basically means for a singular seat you gotta pay $2 per seat, and if 10 people enroll then that's $20. And the next thing you can do is you can also create tiers from 1 all the way to 5 seats. You can have it for $10, and you can add another one here. Anywhere from 5 to 15 could be just $5 per seat, so you're slashing the price by half if they bring in more people. That is how it works. The checkout process for this is going to be very similar as well. Again, highly recommended you check out the documentation and use it for yourself to figure out how it all works. You can check out the documentation here and it is really, really good. Like everything here is explained very well. So if you're someone who is creating an actual serious learning management system, then yeah, you've got to worry about nothing. Okay, this is how your seats will look like in the front end as well. As you can see, the checkout flow is going to be the same as before, so I'm just letting you know. Now we've got simpler add-ons here, manual enrollment to just manually allow enrolling students into a course, else you'll have to fill out the registration form. If you're someone who manually enrolls a lot of students, this is going to be very helpful. Multiple instructors is something that's really interesting. So suppose you have a platform that you're trying to create that is like Udemy, where you can have multiple different instructors that look over their courses. Then you can enable multiple instructors. If you enable multiple instructors, what you can also enable is revenue sharing. And what this thing does is basically you can have multiple different instructors teach their field of expertise within your course, and you can also share the revenue between you and the instructor. Doing that is also, again, very simple. Here within our settings area, within payments, we've got revenue sharing. And yes, if this thing has been enabled, then you can set a commission rate. Admin gets 30%, instructor gets 70, 50-50, 60-40. So you can set this up however you'd want to. Minimum payout amount, maturity period, payout methods. You can set all these up. You also have the option here for deductible fee. But yeah, this is an awesome feature as well that really helps if you're trying to create a Udemy sort of website. And yes, in the same way, not just features within this plugin, it's also got a whole bunch of integrations for security. You got Google reCAPTCHA, social login if you'd like to let users log in via Google, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Then yeah, it's going to be very useful. Coupons, we covered that. multiple currency. So now if you're someone who is worldwide, you would like to sell to different countries for different prices, then multiple currency allows you to do this. All right, it can help you set different prices for different countries. And when I say different prices, I mean those prices would be in their actual currency. So yes, we've got integrations with Shorecart, WooCommerce, EDD. So e-commerce, very simple as well. If you already have an existing business with any of these platforms, well, we've got you covered. Virtual classroom, if you'd like to have live classes, Google Classroom, Google Meet, Zoom, you can run those classes within your courses as well. They would function just like a lesson would, but instead of going there and reading whatever's in there, they can join a virtual classroom. So that's how this works. Email marketing integrations, super simple, super easy. We've got page builder integrations in here as well. Gutenberg is supported right out the box. You don't really have to do anything there, but besides that, if you're using any of these page builders, then super easy as well. Membership platform integrations for social engagement. You have wishlist, BuddyPress integration. You also have GamyPress if you'd like to gamify things. Then yes, you can do all that. Now, if you're someone who is a little bit more techie, if you're someone who is an agency, then this is going to be important for you. You've got a migration tool to easily migrate other LMS platforms into Masteriyo, or courses that are within other LMS platforms into Masteriyo. White label feature helps you make Masteriyo your own. In various different places, we have the Masteriyo branding here. With the white label feature, that will basically not be a problem, right? That's what white labeling is. And Zapier integration, if you know anything about automations, then yeah, it's going to be a piece of cake to automate things based on the actions that happen here within your courses. So that's about it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I guess I'll see you whenever I'll see you. Take care.